In a village that lies at a distance of 15 miles from the nearby town lives Badrul and his 4-member family. The sense of calm now is evident in Badrul's life. The great capacity to nurture and grow rice in abundance is a good feeling for him. The meals are now sumptuous and the servings have quietly increased as the present simply wants him to indulge in more. The family finds happiness. This was nowhere near this, says Badrul. The things were at a snail's pace. The tolerance he had to exercise at the circumstances called for a lot of strength, he admits. The hapless situation of sowing without any major reaping possibility made him and his wife feel like abandoning this chore altogether. This was a scene, and that was what it was, he says. The days were piling on a debt too, says Badrul. His family was not happy at the way things were going. His wife spent time looking at oblivion. She found this tough. The kitchen kiln bore a clean look, and totally in contradiction to the need of the hour. It was difficult to bear. He felt sorry to go buy rice from the shop to the best extent he could afford for the basic home use. This was a tough routine. A village neighbor says that Badrul was following the same technique that was always being followed for ages, but the results were poor. He too felt difficult to understand this, he admits. A simple stroll to gather some possible external work had Badrul witness a unique style by a farmer like him. This was looking good. On meeting the farmer, there came the major knowledge of SRI. This was the secret. Badrul says that the farmer was friendly and shared the technicalities of this growing pattern. He even showed the strength of this process in detail. The KB weeder was a great solution too. Badrul was simply thrilled with this information. He wanted to adopt it immediately. The SRI farmer says that he knew of nobody who did not get excited about SRI once shared. This was such a technique, he admits. Now it was Badrul's chance to implement it. Badrul and his wife worked hard and followed all the nuances of SRI, showing a good sign right from the beginning. The results were optimum. The best thing was that they would now be able to shun the shop that sold rice altogether. The granaries here would be full. The elaborate lunch plans were now commonplace in Badrul's house. The kiln had little rest. The meal times were happy times, and the family bonded on the large feasts. The wholesale rice merchants were happy to see Badrul and buy the good rice from him. Badrul was happy to receive good money. The children now took the path of education with all seriousness. The times were good, and studious attempts would bear future fruits all new. Cattle was invested in. This was a proud moment for all. The radio music now sounded much sweeter to Badrul, he says. The wholesale rice merchant was very happy to see such a good rice farmer, he says. Badrul was giving him good bags of rice for the markets. The smiles at home were getting broader, and the SRI was showcasing itself all over. Badrul now says that whenever he stepped onto those fields, he could see rice everywhere, thanks to KB.